Hi, hello, how are you? You're very welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Liz Kenwanzi, and if you're new here, please subscribe. It's very free of charge. Yeah, just it means a lot for me. And everyone that subscribes, I see you. Thank you. And if you have any questions, please put in the comment section. Yeah, I'm answering a question today. Someone asked me a question that was not very nice, but I'll answer. Yeah, someone asked me, please, do you and your husband quarrel? I said it's not very nice because I cannot imagine someone sits out there and thinks, really, honestly, that there's any couple in this world that does not disagree. Yeah. Okay, they asked it in a way of do you ever disagree with him? Yeah, but quarreling seems the better question the better preference. Do you ever disagree? Do you ever quarrel? Have you wondered the same? Have you ever seen a couple and you've wondered, are these ones? No, there's no human being that does not disagree with another. None. They may not seem like it, but they do. If you can disagree with yourself, guys, I have disagreed with me. Think one thought, disagree with it. Think another, disagree with it. Yet I'm the same person. I have disagreed with God, who is all-knowing, who is everything, who is perfection. But I, Liz, have disagreed with. Then what of Bambi, my mere handsome man? Yeah. So the answer is yes. I've disagreed with him. We have disagreed. We have quarreled. Yeah. And there's nobody who doesn't disagree, because sometimes it's just even that you have two correct points, both of you, and sometimes one of you is totally wrong. When I'm in the argument, I always believe he's totally wrong. You guys, I believe he's totally wrong, and a few minutes later I realized he was totally correct and I was totally wrong. But anyway, yeah, that's life. That's how things roll, and that's why we grow. There's no one who knows it all, and it's always a point of growth. Yeah, just because we are talking about these things doesn't mean we are perfect. It doesn't mean that because someone is talking about relationships they are perfect at them. Guys, I have relationships that I am praying to God about. In my life there are people whereby we have gone sour. I no longer even know where to redeem it from. Those words are also there. You get? Sorry, my camera is starting to tilt, and I with China. Not with China, they are just cheap. Yeah, I think now I'm stable. If you see me going like this, my thing has lost its grip. Yeah. Anyway, so about disagreements, those do happen, and I think I recorded a video here about conflict management. Please, you can go back and read through. Sometimes the conflict can really escalate, but one thing that we've committed to, at least just me and my husband, we've committed that never to carry on the thing unnecessarily. There are times when you really argue and just out of pettiness. Okay, at least I had this habit a lot. My siblings will testify to this. Like, I would, if I'm angry at you, even when the anger has gone, I just carry it on for the sake of, yeah. So at least we agreed that if the anger has gone, let the thing go and let's go back to normal. Then the other bit which we didn't like say it, but at least we reached that point whereby it's like an unsaid rule. If there's something super juicy, we can easily pause our situation, just the juiciness, and then continue. Okay, maybe something really hot has happened, and he knows something hot, burning hot kind of jazz. So even if we are not talking, we pause the other anger thing, and then we jazz about that hot thing, laugh about it, and whatever, then we can go back. But most times that the funny bit is that after you've just something like that, the mood is not the same. Like, you can't go back to being angry the way you were before. So sometimes it becomes the ice break, and then you're both apologizing for misunderstanding each other, etc. But the thing I've learned most, because I really had issues with anger. Like, I would transfer anger from everywhere to him. So it reached a point where I think it was overwhelming for him. And at least my husband's personality is not very, he doesn't erupt too much. Even when he's angry, he just keeps quiet. Even when, you know those kinds of people. And then me, I'm the erupting kind. I'll get annoyed even the saucepans feel me. Get annoyed even the spoons, like I had that a lot, which became very destructive and very scary on his part until like we reached that point. That's why meetings are very important. I refuse to call them dates anymore, because dates seem like fun, just having a blast. The meeting between just the two of you, that's when he would tell me, you know what, some of the things you do when you're angry, they're not just irritating, sometimes they're just scary, plain scary. And me, the thought of me freaking him out because I'm all over the place blasting everything, like somehow spoke to me in ways I cannot explain. So that's a journey I've been taking on with the Lord, on how to deal with my anger, how best to handle the situation, that it doesn't get worse. I don't make the situation worse on my own because of my reaction. Yeah, and trust me, when you start journeying with the Lord on these weaknesses, He will teach you. There are times you ask you questions that are super challenging. Yeah, so I'm realizing I'm learning a lot. I'm not yet there. Even if I got angry right now, I don't know how I'd behave, but at least I'm in a better place. I'm no longer as eruptive as I used to be before. At least now I can know, I'm annoyed. I can ask myself questions of, am I just transferring the anger to him? Am I, so at least for the last, I think, 4 to 5 years, I have tried to change, and I feel the change is a positive one. And guys, I think which I learned most, let me jazz you. The thing I learned most, this I'm jazzing just to you. The thing I learned most, I realized my husband has a trick. When he's annoyed, he keeps quiet. In keeping quiet, I don't have evidence of what he's thinking in his mind. I don't know if you get me. Yet for me, when I get annoyed, I speak. You see, I will say everything that is in my mind, I'll say it. So he gets evidence against me. So when things calm down, I'm the one always apologizing because I said out what I was thinking. Have you seen the trick? For him, he didn't say. He thought very many things. You see her head. You see how I'm sure he thinks these things when he's pissed at me. Now thinks those things. But because I have no evidence, because he didn't open his mouth, he can never apologize afterwards. I'm like, oh, I need to try this thing one day. You guys, one day I got pissed. I also shut. It was killing me, but I shut up. I thought so many things in my head, but I didn't say a thing. That was the first time we argued, and I didn't apologize over saying the wrong things. And it felt so good. Like, I shoot myself in the foot so much, even when I'm actually genuinely innocent. But because I open my mouth and say all the wrong things, I end up apologizing too much afterwards. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry, this and that. So I realized keeping quiet has so much power, has so much strength. You see, like you keep all of your power within you when you keep quiet, compared to when you just erupt and say all these nonsensical things. You abuse him this, you abuse the other, you insult this, you insult that. You guys, I would be so dramatic, but I thank God for the journey I've gone on so far. At least now things are better. I'm no longer very eruptive and very destructive, and I think I'm growing for better, not just because of him, but I think as a person, as an individual, I'm growing for better. At least I'd confidently say that my children have not seen me in the eruptive state, because this is a lesson I learned earlier on in marriage. Yeah. So they will never have those testimonies. Oh my God, I saw mommy breaking cups and what? No, those are stories for my sisters to tell, but not my children. So I thank God for the journey. But all in all, there's no couple that doesn't disagree. There's no couple, but how do you handle it when you disagree? When there's a conflict, how do you handle it? And you guys, I'm realizing that most of the times I argue over very wrong stuff, convince my husband I'm right. Then the moment he accepts I'm right, I realize he was right, I was wrong. So lots of things are stopping to make a lot of sense. So these days, even when I'm arguing, I argue with less energy. Reach a point, I'm like, okay, let's try your way. Let's try your way. Yeah, the other argument we really made earlier on, we agreed if we ever reach that point whereby we can't see eye to eye, like never, like we're on different pages, opposite pages, we rather pause the decision making until later when we sort ourselves. Worst case scenario, we all go with his idea. Yeah, that's something we agreed on, and I think we've so far practiced it like only 4 times whereby you've real disagreed. You know, the kind of disagreement of, let's buy land. One says, let's buy land. This one says, no, we shall not buy land. That kind of opposite decision. So in such a case, you're convinced we buy land, yes. You're convinced we don't buy land, yes. Okay, we are going to hold on. Let's wait and see what we think after this period of time, maybe 2-3 weeks. And after 3 weeks, if we come back and we're still on opposite pages, we choose to go his direction. Because at the end of the day, he's the head of my family. In my world as Elizabeth, my husband is the king. He rules this kingdom and all that is in it. So I will not be happy. We shall go to buy the land when my mouth is as long as the other side, but we shall go. That's a decision we made just between the two of us to keep the peace. Yeah, and so far it has worked. But guys, disagreements are there. Disagreements are human. They are normal. And if you're really true to yourselves, you should have some disagreements too. But how you handle them is where we need God every day, and it's a journey and a continuous process. I hope I've answered you. I know I've gone off trail so much, but I hope I've answered you well. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate in the comment section. You can send me a comment. I see all comments. I see every single comment. I read it. Yeah, even if I don't read it today, but I read them. Ask me any questions. And yeah, bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Try to keep healthy mentally. Try to keep healthy physically. And trust the Lord, for He knows all and He is all. Bye.